Ah, hello, Santa here, speaking from my cottage somewhere near the North Pole. Now you're probably wondering, what's this old fellow doing here today? Well, you've not got on the wrong channel. Those nice people from Junior Church asked me to come along and tell a story, and I thought, well, why not? So here I am. Now, who's excited about Christmas? Go on, put your hands up. That's everybody. And of course, Christmas is a wonderful time, isn't it? Now, what do you think about when you think of Christmas? Well, there's me. Ha ha! Here, look. Do you know, I remember sitting for this. It was a very famous artist that did this one. What else is there? Well, there's presents. Here, there's a present to Santa from Mrs. Claus. Well, she always buys socks. It was a big parcel, so there's probably a lot of socks in it. Then there's parties. We all like parties, don't we? Dancing at parties. Yeah, great fun. Christmas cards. Well, Santa was just actually in the middle of writing Christmas cards. Mrs. Claus gives him a list. The next one seems to be Will and Kate. Oh, no idea who that is. More presents. You can never have too many presents. Families. Of course, Granny will sit and go to sleep in front of the fire after Christmas dinner. And there's lots of other things. But you know, I can't help thinking we've missed something on that list. And of course, we have missed something. And in today's story, we're going to find out who we've missed. Right, so, a long time ago, an emperor decided to count all of his people. He told them to go back to the town where they were born, and so everybody travelled back to their hometown. Now, Mary and Joseph had to travel back to Bethlehem. It was a long journey, and it was made more difficult because Mary was pregnant, and so it should have been very uncomfortable. Can you imagine the scene? It's getting dark. Stars are twinkling in the sky. Mary and Joseph are both tired. Mary's sitting on the donkey, Joseph walking along by its side. Then, in the distance, they see the lights of Bethlehem. So they rush forward to get there. But when they arrive, disaster! There's no room for them anywhere. They search around the town, and eventually they find an innkeeper who says, well, I haven't got any rooms, but you could stay in the stable at the back of my inn. And he finds a little corner for them amongst the animals. And while they're there, Mary has her baby. And because there's no beds or anything like that, they have to lie him in a manger, which is a sort of feeding trough. There's some straw in it, and they put cloth around him. And there he is, all cosy, with the sheep and the goats and the donkey all around. Now, the scene changes. We're on a hillside outside of Bethlehem. There's shepherds sitting around a fire, eating food. Around them, there are sheep munching grass and going, bah. Suddenly, there's a light in the sky, and there is an angel. Now, of course, the shepherds are very simple people, and they are absolutely terrified. I mean, you and I have seen Marvel cartoons, we've seen aeroplanes, but they've never seen anything like that. So this was just something that was so terrifying that they threw themselves to the ground. But the angel said to them, don't be afraid. I bring you wonderful news. Tonight, God's Son has been born in Bethlehem. You'll find him in a feeding trough in a stable. Then suddenly the sky is filled with light, and there are angels everywhere singing praises to God. Well, when it's all over, the shepherds are really very excited. They leave the sheep behind and they go down to Bethlehem, they go to the stable, and they see baby Jesus. Now, the scene changes again. We're a long way from Bethlehem this time. We're gone across the desert. And there are some wise men. And these wise men have been looking at the stars, and they've noticed a new star. And they believe that the star has told them that a new king has been born, and they must follow it to find him. So they pack the things, they get onto camels, and they take some gifts and presents for the baby. And they take gold, frankincense and myrrh. And off they set. Well, they travel for many months. And it's a hard journey. Eventually, though, they come to Bethlehem. When they get there, of course, there's a king, isn't it? And they think he's going to be in a big palace. Imagine their surprise when they find that the star has stopped over a stable. And they go into the stable, and there they see the baby Jesus. Of course, they give their presents. They worship the new king. There. We found what we forgot in our list of Christmas things, didn't we? We forgot the baby Jesus. At Christmas, God gave us his most precious gift of all. And when we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate the birth of Jesus. But you know, it's easy, isn't it, to celebrate and forget all about God's gift because we're having so much fun. And this year, do you know what Santa would like? Santa would like you to do something. When you get your gifts and your presents on Christmas Day, rather than just celebrating and forgetting all about Jesus, Santa would like you to say, thank you to God. Thank you, God, for the presents that you've given me, because all good things come from God. And thank you, God, for your Son, Jesus. There. What a wonderful story. Well, I've got to go now because I've still got lots of cards to write. But I'll just finish by saying, Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye.